There are a lot of stories that come my way that don't come from my subscribers, but when I get these, I guess you say out of the blue stories, I tend to really like when I receive them for the simple fact that I can come at this from a couple of angles. Now, you're looking at this picture right here and you see it says the Hollywood Tower Hotel. This is an attraction ride at Disney World in Florida. Now, let me scale it back a little bit. We remember what happened at Disneyland with that family that got into it at Disneyland, which is one of Disney's many parks, but is the smaller condensed version, I guess you can say, of Disney World. And how viral it went, and it was everywhere, like almost instantly when it happened. Now, what you're looking at right here is a story similar to that, except it got little to almost no airplay or airwaves or anything like that. And as far as I know, there's no video of it actually happening. Only this article that I'm going to read from. And this happened at Disney World, the big park, the bigger park. Like Disney World is like the hub Disney theme park in the world, because Disney has a lot of theme parks on a global scale. So the reason why I'm pulling up this picture is because the incident happened at this attraction. It says, Disney worker punched in face by angry Tower of Terror rider. Authorities say a 23-year-old tourist from Chicago punched a worker in the face when her fast pass was invalid for the Tower of Terror ride at Disney Hollywood Studios. An Orange County Sheriff's report says the Disney World cast member offered to help the woman's group on July 13th, but they only became angrier. Now pay attention to that date, July 13th. I'm recording this video on July 23rd. This was 10 whole days ago. When that video came out about that family at Disneyland, that went viral almost instantly, like literally the next day after it happened, maybe the next 2 days. We're just learning about this 10 days later. We're talking about over a week, damn near 2 weeks later. 2 if you don't include the weekends. The Orlando Sentinel reports the woman started pushing buttons on the podium that could have affected the ride. They're talking about the rider, not the person, not the operator, not the worker that got hit, but the guest started pushing buttons because she got angry about a rider pass that could have affected not only herself, but everyone else around her, even those on the ride, and she didn't care. All because she didn't get her way. When the employee pushed her hand away, the woman punched her in the face. The family yelled profanities and recorded the worker. The group left the ride, but security tracked them down. Disney officials tell the Sentinel they issued a lifetime ban on the woman. The worker didn't want to press charges and the woman wasn't arrested. I would have pressed charges on her, and I would have made sure she got arrested. A lifetime ban is one thing, but charges is another, and that was assault. And I'm sure there's some disorderly conduct in there too, because she was pressing the buttons that she had no business pressing. Now, you want to know what's so interesting about this? I don't think there's any video attached to this, at least none that I have seen, because if it was, they would have put it out there. We don't have the names of these individuals. So at this point, I'm only going to assume that this woman and her crew are palm-colored individuals. That's all I can assume at this point. Now, I want to see if anyone else is going to talk about this. They probably won't, but you know what? It's out there now. You can't say that you don't know about it. So much for the happiest place on earth, you know, because this is the second time this year that something has happened at a Disney theme park. But to be quite honest, I think this one was more dangerous because unlike that fight that happened at Disneyland, that was between grown adults. You know, in that element, they weren't acting like grown adults. But this one right here was worse because this woman started tampering with the ride button and operation buttons that could have affected the people on the ride. and then she assaulted the worker when the worker was trying to move her hand, all because her ride pass wasn't working. Or what did they say it was? Let me what it was. They said that her fast pass wasn't valid for that ride. If it wasn't valid for the ride, then you just have to wait in line like everybody else. And that's basically what a fast pass is. It basically means you can cut the lines at the amusement parks. Or what you can do is get there early enough and maybe go there and make that your first ride if you were so desperate to get on that ride. Because Disney World is a very big park, and all of their attractions for the most part will have lines because they're famous attractions. But oh no, not for this person. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments below. Because I'm just curious. I wonder who else is going to talk about this. I mean, I had to do another point proving video with the baseball park theme. But people in the comment section, well, this happens at baseball games a lot, so that really doesn't count. Well, I want to see if y'all going to clap back against this.